Hello, everybody. I am Dusty at GeoNerd on Twitter, and I will be running a wonderful game for these awesome people. We'll be running Ryuutama. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. This is our Extra Life event that we will be doing over a few weekends, this weekend and next weekend. If you type in the command Extra Life or just did it in chat, or exclamation mark donate, you can see we have extension below. Feel free to donate. We've got quite a bit of donations already, and I'm very excited. So you guys just saw Call of Cthulhu, and I'll be running a completely different kind of game, which will be Ryuutama, which is a more cutesy game about traveling. And while this is a one-shot, we won't get into a lot of the traveling stuff. It's very much like a JRPG. And since I'm like a big JRPG fan, I put a lot of influences from those in there. So let's go around and meet all the players, and then we'll get into the game. We'll start with Pro.
Yeah. Super happy to be playing this game. Love the system. Glad to be being on here for the first time, playing for these great people as well. So yeah, I am Pro Starter. I am going to be playing Bakari. I'm super hyped. Super hyped. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And Natalie.
Hi, I'm Natalie. This is actually my first time playing. I'm super excited, and I'll be playing Quinn Wallace. So, super stoked.
Yay. Jolie.
Hi, everybody. My name's Jolie. I'm going to be playing a fun little character named Aya.
Yeah, and last but not least, Dane.
Hi, I'm Dane, and I'm gonna be playing Rowan tonight. I'm super excited. This whole system seems super Ghibli, and that is my heart and soul.
Awesome. Well, I guess that means we get started. So I guess let's get started. Okay, hang on. Let me get ready here. In the beginning, there was darkness, and within that darkness, a light grew, pulsing with sound and life until it stood out against the dark. A bright golden egg of light and song, and from that egg was a great explosion that shattered the light and song into tiny pieces and scattered it among the dark. And with that, the Great Mother was born, the mother of all dragons, and she was filled with light and song and love. And as the mother looked out among the twinkling sea of light in the dark, she sang with love, and that love grew, and the twinkling dark was soon filled with glowing eggs. Worlds upon worlds filled with light and love and song. And so the camera sort of pans across the world of Palporum, coming through clouds, past floating mountains, past floating islands. And it zooms in on a small dirt path that is heading on the top of a hill, and it's sort of heading down into this valley that's with this thick wooden grove beneath it. And it zooms in on this jolly round man, bright green beard, flowers in his hair. He's pulling a cart that's being pulled by 3 big fuzzy cows. And in the back are these giant barrels, what you assume would be, ale barrels and things like that. And then he starts to speak. Oh, Poco, what a magical evening, eh? A chill is in the air and the moon is about to rise. Can you feel the magic in the air, Poco? Can you? And he looks sort of down onto the seat next to him, and in a bundle of piles, you see this little head poke out, and it's a little sun dragon. And he just kind of makes a like, oh, Poco. It's the feeling of adventure, Poco. The moon harvest is very close now. Oh, yes, very close. Oh. Yes, I think it's I think this one's going to be a very special one. I think today might be a day people will talk about for a while. A good story to tell, perhaps. Oh yes, Poco. Today is going to be unforgettable. Oh, but what's this, Poco? Look! And he sort of points out and he sees a group of people traveling along the road. And he sort of pulls off to the side and he's, oh, good evening, fellow travelers. Are you heading to Moonshade? And that is where we see all of you. And so if you would like to go and sort of describe yourselves, he's going to just say, my name's Heller. I'm bringing the most prized possession of the Moon Festival, this beer that I made myself.
Kari looks over. They move their kind of light blue and dark blue circled umbrella away from their face. We see kind of two cat ears kind of wiggle as they sniff the air. They have dark skin and they have white markings around their eyes and their cheekbones and a line going down from the forehead to the chin. They just smile at this traveler and they just say, oh yes, I'm more than excited.
Well, it's been a while since I've seen a Neko. It's a pleasure to see you. Such a rare sight these days.
Rare, but not forgotten.
Oh, they're never forgetful.
Mm-hmm.
Are you all traveling to Moonshade?
Quinn on this huge brown Clydesdale decked in red and gold is going to smile and kind of do a slight kind of bow. It's like, why, of course we're heading that way. Where else would we be going, good sir?
Fair enough. We're all kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
True.
Rowan kind of peeks out from behind the back of the Clydesdale, and he says, "You know, it's been a long journey. It'll be nice. I'd love to taste your wares at some point, if you don't mind."
Oh, yes. Once the ceremony is done, we could all partake.
He sweeps back his like really long curly hair into a bun and like puts his glasses back on, and he's like, "Well, let us know if you need any help, or at least I'll be helping if you need it."
I appreciate a good hand every now and then. I figure if anyone did want to walk, they could climb into the back, and I could we could travel together, and perhaps I could tell you a story if you haven't heard of the Moon Festival before. And you, what's your name? He looks to Aya.
Yeah, there's another figure that runs up that was a few paces behind, just kind of as everybody's walking but had stopped, and just kind of runs up. Oh, sorry. My name's Aya, and I just saw something that caught my eye. That seems to be the way that my feet are going at the moment, so that sounds good to me. Short, dark hair, big floppy, wide-brimmed brown hat, hood thrown back with a green kind of cloak. There seems to be something squirming in it at the moment.
Well, if you all would like to go, has anyone been to the Moon Harvest Festival before?
Kari instantly gets on the back and just lays down.
Poco sort of hops out from the blankets and like hops up to you and kind of looks at you quizzically. And for those of you who want to see what a sun dragon looks like, they are the cutest. I'm going to toss it. I'm just going to toss it right here in the map. Hopefully it goes in the right layer. Here it comes. Nope. What layer are you on? Oh no! I forgot how to use Roll20. Hang on. Token layer.
Oh,
Cutest.
That is a sun dragon, so that's Poco, Heller's little friend. And you could kind of notice like his scales sort of glint like sunlight on water, and it sort of like shimmers through that.
Kari's attention is full. Their eyes just focus on the glimmer, and they're like slowly edging their fingers towards it.
Poco does sort of like a playful roll, and like was like, "Hey, I like scratchings. If you're into that."
We can definitely join you, good sir. I'd love to hear a great tale about this festival. Haven't heard much, but I would.
Well, I do love telling stories. And so you all kind of hop on, or you're on the Clydesdale, but he sort of hitches the cows to start moving, and they slowly start trembling down. And you can kind of see, it's getting to dusk, so there's oranges and purples in the sky, and it's a semi-clear day. And you're kind of going down this hill into this valley, and in the bottom of the valley, you can see a small little hamlet, smoke coming out of the chimneys, and kind of like right behind it, deeper into the valley, is just this really thick wood, and this town is kind of like right on the edge of this really thick wood, and the woods go on for miles from what you can see from being up in this valley. And it looks like there's sort of like a mist starting to settle, in the valley as it's getting cool in the nighttime. And Heller looks like, oh, well, to know the story of the Moon Harvest Festival, you must know about the early days of Palporum. When Palporum was young, it was a wild place. And the rhythmic rolling of the wheels through the dirt as he's telling the story. Before the dragons found their song and before the people found their stories, the monsters and evil things ruled the land. The small communities of humans had hardships, as the Goblin Empire from the upper islands would often rain down their troubles on the people below before they learned to take to the skies. On the first day of fall, like today, the communities would gather all of their harvests together and make sure that everyone had enough to eat and partake and survive through the winter. And during one particular harvest festival, the monster attacks were pretty rough, and there was not a lot of food. And it happens to be that the first moon festival ever happened here in Moonshade, where we're heading to now. It was during that year that the legend is said that in the greatest time of need, an island floated from above over Moonshade, and the moonlight shone through. And you all know, you know that there is an island on the second tier that is sort of, for lack of a better word, donut shaped. And it does have a hole through it. And Heller kind of tells the story of that island had come through, and somehow the way the moon and shone, and the people were blessed with a bounty, food and protection. And ever since then, it's sort of been a festival. It's spread through the other islands as the kingdoms have made their way upwards. After the Goblin Empire was, after the goblins disappeared, it's still a mystery. Everyone knows that the Nekos had something to do with it, those mischievous fellows. And Heller sort of just gives like a wink. Yeah. Yes. And, this is a year that it's going to be another full moon, which doesn't really happen all the time on a harvest festival. So this one should be very special. Yes, I'm on my way to bring this bear. There's sort of a ceremony that goes. We put together a cart with offerings and harvests, and we head off into the woods. And under the moonlight, my brew is blessed, and we sort of have a party.
Wonderful. Bakari is just kind of like slumped in the car, cheeks red from the alcohol they're swigging from the water skin.
I think Rowan kind of has the whole time has been like furiously writing everything Heller has said down in a notebook, and is like pressing for details, and then like kind of folds it up and puts it away, and then looks over at Bakari and is like, "Are you going to share any of that ever, or no?"
They like look at you. Look. All right, here you go. Wait, one more swig. And then they give it.
Rowan takes it and like knocks a little back and is like, "Oh, that's a little stronger than I thought. You can keep that.
It's pure."
Oh, good. Oh. All
Are
right,
you
I'll wait.
going to be okay there, Ronan?
I'll make it, I think. Wow.
Oh yes, tonight's going to be fun. Oh look, we're almost, and so you guys start rolling in to the town. Sorry, I really like the music cues. And so we come down into this valley, and you see Heller kind of pulls the cart up, and it's this neat little sort of like the whole town is built in like a circle with the buildings and stuff off to the sides, and there's a an open area, green space in the middle with like there's a small fountain, and it's got sort of like this long, tall statue. It's really hard to kind of make out what it is. It's long and lean. It seems to have some sort of antlers, but it's really like shapeless in its form. Like the carver saw a thing but didn't really know what they saw, but it's like vague. It's long and lean and antlers. It looks like sort of like a lady, but why would she have antlers? Who knows? But it's the center of this place, and it sort of stone dais there with a little fountain running, and you can kind of see people are bustling back and forth. It looks like they're all loading up carts, and they're getting ready for something. And you see a small old woman come out, and she's the name is in this list. Hella, you're late. Oh, now, Albina. I arrived precisely when I intend to. Besides, I found some travelers, and they're here for the Harvest Festival. It's like, no, you're just late. Don't use that line on me. You use it every time. You're just always late. Running around, taking your time. We've been waiting for that. We have to get to the festival. Yes. Everyone, this is the mayor of Moonshade, Alwina. She could be a little impatient, but you know, she's good. Perhaps...
Good evening, ma'am.
Oh, yes, good evening. Where are my manners? Sorry, I shouldn't be so rude to you. You're not Hella.
Has he caused you this much trouble?
Hella is nothing but trouble.
Hopefully his beer is not as troublesome.
Well, no. His beer is marvelous, which is why we put up with him. Now, if you could all sort of help... I hate to put you to work, but I'm going to put you to work. We have lots to get done. If you could be so kind as to help out. We are still missing the flowers for the cart. We have the beer. We just need to get that on the ceremonial cart. We're missing the flowers and the cookies. There's a florist just across the way there. You'll find Roz and Thorn. They're supposed to have been with the button moons already. I don't know where those are. We need the garlands We don't have the garlands. How are we going to get blessed? How are we going to survive the winter? I know I sound like I'm really tense, and you're right, I am. And then the baker, the moon crescents, I can smell them, I think. But where are they? They're not here.
No. Food. I will help with the food.
I like your enthusiasm.
Yes. And they just kind of like saunter off, nose in the air, stumbling a bit.
Please don't eat it all.
Are they all right?
They'll be fine. I don't know about your cookies, but
Oh, well, we must take good care of them. We must find out what's up with them. If you could help locate those items, I must get the rest of the. I must get this beer loaded onto the cart. Hella, get off your butt and help. But if you could meet up with over there at Boris, he's our baker. The big one with the brick oven in the front and all that. And then Roz and Thorn, they both have that cute little house. It's all decked in flowers. You could smell it a mile away.
well, I will go to the florist.
Oh, good. I'll let you decide.
Quinn, I'll join you.
Aya jumps down and who has basically just been scritching the little dragon creature pretty much the whole time. I mean, I can do whatever you guys need me to do, but I think someone should keep an eye on that one. And she sort of points after where Bakari is going.
I would, if you're up to the task, I would say you.
It sounds like you're volunteering.
Did I? I suppose I did.
Oh, look, there's the flower shop. Let's go, Ronan.
Yes, please.
I'll offer if you want to come up on to Florence, the Clydesdale.
Yes, I would very much like that.
All right. And we'll go to the florist.
All right. We'll take you guys to the florist, and then we'll come back and see what Aya and Bakari are doing at the bakery. So you kind of ride across the crossroad, across this like green space, and you see this cute little hut, and it's got flowers all in the front, and it smells amazing. And there's a little sign that says "open" on the thing.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Who is it?
Hi. You do not know me. I am Quinn Wallace and my friend Ronan. We're here to pick up flowers for the festival with the wagon.
Oh, you're right. I do not know you. No flowers here. Everything is fine.
The mayor sent us. I think. You don't sound fine.
No, everything is fine. The flowers they'll be ready any day, anytime. Oh, no, fine. Go away now.
I'm gonna look over at Ronan and go, they're not fine.
Not fine.
Mm-mm.
I tried the door.
It opens.
I'll get off Florence and tie them off and follow behind Ronan.
Yeah, I'll head in, and like be knocking as I go in. I'm like, you don't sound okay. Do you mind if we just check on...
Thorn, I told you to lock the door. Sorry, honey, I forgot to lock the door. Well, now people are inside. And you see a tall, skinny man with like this big mustache, and then farther in the back, there's a shorter, stockier man, and he's sort of looking really nervous, and there's like just that many flowers. What do you want? Oh,
The mayor sent us?
no, Alwina sent you. Did she?
That she did.
Probably for the flowers for the cart.
You would be correct.
Well, They're not here. They're not here. They're not here. And, you see, Thorin comes from around. No, dear. Everything's fine. We'll figure out where the flowers went. No, Roz. We won't. They're gone. Come look at this catastrophe. And he,
mean they're gone?
No, come, I'll show you. And Roz, he kind of walks towards the back door and he flings it open into like the greenhouse. And there's flowers, but they've all been headed. Like, there are no flowers.
Oh,
they were here an hour ago. And I don't know where they went. They're gone. They're all gone. We're all gonna starve. This winter's gonna be the worst. We're all gonna die.
Oh.
No. We're not gonna die, Roz.
Well, is there anybody who would do this? This is a lot of work.
No, this is a very important festival. No one would do this. This is sinister. Sinister, I tell you.
Okay.
We can check it out here. I look at Ronan like, help me out.
Yeah, we'll look into it.
All right, you guys can. There's nothing you can do, but go ahead. Sure, look at all my children without their heads. You know how long it takes to grow moon willows? Do you know how long it takes to grow moon willows?
How long?
Well, it takes as long as any other flower, but it feels like longer because they're my children.
Oh, I start like patting their shoulder, like there. We'll try to figure this out. We will try. We'll try.
Please, if there's anything you could do. My moon willows. I need a drink. And they sort of like collapse into Roz's arms, and Roz just kind of holds him. There, dear. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. We're not gonna die or starve. The moon harvest is a ceremony. It's a meaning. It's fine. No, it means everything. Oh. Anyway, here are the keys to the rest of the greenhouse. And he just goes to wailing back in.
All right. Shall we figure this out, Ronan?
Yeah, why not?
All right, yeah, let's.
So you can go into the greenhouse, and we can investigate what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And let's see if I remember how this game works. You can do sort of. Where's the other? Hang on. Go ahead, and if you want to, you guys can kind of look around, and I think it would be kind of let's do an int, just an int checks for you guys. So you can just roll your int twice.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh my gosh, snake eyes.
Yikes. Okay, well I got 6 total, so I didn't do much better.
Well, that's not. So you see, yeah. I mean, you don't really see a lot. And Thorn sort of pokes their head. Have you found anything yet?
No.
Not yet.
See, I told you. Disaster.
We can make this work. We can make this work, right?
We'll make this work. We'll make it work.
We'll make this work.
Yeah.
So what you can sort of see is that it's definitely something's gone through all of these flowers and snipped them off, but they're not all clean. That's as much as I can give you, but it does. If you kind of want to look, inspect the ground more, give me a dex int, for that.
Hey, dice, don't fail me. 6.
Okay.
I'll give it a shot. I don't have good dice here, but I'll try. Got a 7.
That is the number I was looking for. So in some of the flowers, as you guys are looking, you see they look like little footprints. And some of the branches have kind of been broken off. Remind me what your classes are again?
Merchant.
Okay.
Healer magic.
Okay. Well, as a healer, you would kind of know like plants and things like that. It looks like something was in here and may have like stripped off all of the blossoms, but you could definitely it's a footprint you've never seen, but it's definitely there. And if you want to pay attention, you can kind of follow it out the back, and there's a broken pane of glass in like the bottom of the greenhouse that it looks like something broke in, because the glass is trampled on the inside, and then it looks like a bunch of stuff was drug out the back.
Well, looks like we have a trail at least.
That's something. We are still looking. Hang tight. Should we follow?
Definitely, and anything to get a little space, get them to what they need.
Yeah. Let's try our best on this. Here we go.
Yeah.
Disaster! You can hear wailing from the front.
So Rowan starts to follow the trail out, doing his best to not step on any of the tracks.
Okay. And you can kind of follow him. Give me another if one of you would like to do another perception, which is Dex Int, and then someone else give me a sense, which would be sort of like a Int spirit, if you're better at either of those.
I have Int spirit.
Okay.
For magic.
I'll try the I'll try the Int Dex.
Okay.
So I'll try to perceive this here. That's a 5.
Yeah, it's the tracks get a little muddled. It's kind of hard to see where they're going.
I got an 8 on the sense.
Okay. You hear. Actually, you kind of, as you're like looking around, and the tracks kind of stop. So it's out in the back of this building, and it kind of weaves through a couple little alleys, and then out towards the forest that this town is sort of built around, or the forest grows around the town rather. But you feel like this weird tingle, and it's coming kind of from the bushes in the woods.
When there's something out there. By the way, what is Quinn? Is Quinn a sort of a fighting type, or?
Quinn's like a merchant pole like fighter.
Cool.
So pole user.
Cool.
So.
Pole arms, best arms. Yeah. Dustin says.
So Rowan, who is not a fighting person, steps behind Quinn and says, and points in like this. Bushes. You're that one.
Okay. Quinn's gonna sigh and take their lance and poke the bush.
And as you poke the bush, you see a bunch. You hear a. And you see a bunch of eyes pop up through all the bushes, and that's where we're going to cut to what Bakari and Aya are doing.
Nice, I love it.
Naturally.
Bakari has been walking forward, and when Aya kind of catches up to them, they see that their tongue is actually stuck to a candy ice block that they've created, and they're just looking at you with tears in their eyes as they're also slightly drunk.
Where did you get that?
Well, I created it, but it tastes so good, but now it's stuck to my tongue.
I can see that. Oh, are you trying to say you want your tongue unstuck?
I need to lose concentration. Slap me real hard, but on my good, not on my good side.
Where exactly?
Isn't that a live question? Which isn't my good side? I'm ready. And they just close their eyes.
She just kind of tilts her head for a minute, not quite, and then you see the light bulb go off. Oh. All right. Whack.
You have to be so hard. Oh, my tongue. It's free. Oh. Papa did say traveling with people would always be beneficial. Oh, the things people can do.
Sometimes it's good to have more than one hand.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What were we doing?
Well, I was running after you, and the others went in the other direction. I think they said something about wanting cookies, right? Want we to go find the baker?
Oh, yes, food. I'm starving. Let's go.
Right.
I trundle along, humming loudly.
She kind of just stops and rearranges her coat for a moment and keeps going. So he said there was going to be a oven out front, right? What? Oh.
Yes, it smells delectable. Like the scent on the air. I think that's it over there. It's a big iron flaming thing. It's so warm. And Bakari will kind of. Is there like a door to this building? They would just like knock gently.
Yeah, there's like you can see outside. There's like big like stone ovens, and then there's kind of like a walkway and a porch, and then two big doors. And it looks like
maker.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry. Come on in.
Well, I have to now.
This is going to be difficult. Thank you, Dustin.
I only have like 3 voices. But this one is my favorite.
Yes, I know. Well, all right. And, yeah, I guess we'll open the door.
Welcome to Boris's Bakery. I am Boris, and this is my bakery.
Well, hi, Boris. My name's Aya. And
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Absolutely. And this is Bakari.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you. They're not even looking to like free food.
Yeah, so this is, I mean, you walk in and it's like, you know, a pastry store of your dreams. I mean, there are things everywhere. Are you coming to buy or anything specific? I have some nice crullers. They are my favorite. I like to eat them. And then I have these over here, some nice breads. They are my favorite. I like to eat them. I basically like everything in here and I like to eat it. And I like to watch others eat my things.
Hey, but I love it.
Well, how can you sell things if you don't like them? I can understand that.
I am my biggest seller. Wait, I don't know what that means. I am my best customer? That's the word I was looking for.
Jesus.
Right. Actually, maybe buying something. Maybe. But we were sent for some cookies.
Oh, the moon crescents for the festival, yes. They're just finishing up in the back.
Wonderful.
May
Do
I
you want to come?
taste test them? Make sure they're extra perfect.
Oh, that is the best way to make sure that they are extra perfect. Of course, we can taste test them. Come to the back of the bakery with me.
I love it here.
It is rather nice.
And so Boris sort of wanders, like, joyfully, just steps back and throws open the doors. Come with me and you'll see a world of imagination. And opens the door. This is what games like with me are. I apologize for nothing. And on there you can see like there's just a big bakery, and you can the smell hits you strongly. And then something else hits you. You hear Boris go, "Ah!" And I need...
Uh-oh.
Let's see, what's the thing? I need you both to make dodge rolls.
Great.
So it's a dex int.
Dex int. Oh, goody.
Okay. Oh, I forgot a 6. Pretty
One of
bad.
those. And
Don't worry, it's a easy.
holy Moses. That's a 12. I rolled
Oh,
max
nice.
on both.
So you see it coming, and it's like a big cookie. It looks like a crescent roll, like it's shaped like but it's like a big thick cookie, and it comes flying at you, but you manage to dodge around it. Bakari, it heads straight for your face, and clonks you.
Welcome it.
Yeah. And it sort of like clonks you and knocks you back. And you hear Boris go, "Ah! Flying cookies! Everybody down!" They're not supposed to do that! And you hear this like chittering and like a clatter of bowls. And like this huge crash bang, crash bang, crash bang. And then silence.
Were the cookies coming from one particular direction?
They're kind of coming from the like across this prep area, towards the back, and you see a bunch of like clay pots and stuff of like rolling off the floor, and Boris sort of stands up and goes, "What was that? Flying cookies? That's crazy."
I don't know, but this self-delivery service is excellent.
You know, that's actually not a bad idea. Wait, focus, Boris, focus.
Aya just reaches over and grabs a bit of cookie.
Mein Gott, they're gone! The cookies, except for the ones that were thrown at us, they're gone!
It's... And then like a serious expression comes up Bakari's face. That's unacceptable.
That is unacceptable. They are all back here cooling. I was going to put them in tiny cute little boxes. Look, and you can see like all these cute little boxes. Presentation is worth half as much as the taste. At least. They're gone. Where are they? Did you do this?
No, we just got here. And at that point, you see a little head kind of poke out of the back of the hood that Aya's been wearing down, and it's a little kitty cat.
Oh! What is that?
No, no, in there.
Is that the cookie thief?
No, it's been with me the whole time.
That's what you want me to believe. We must find the cookies. They are very important.
Come here. And she'll reach in and scruff it, and it pulls it out. It's a little bobcat kitten.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah. Most of the time. Apparently the smell just became too much. Get
Oh, I know how
in.
that is. You know, I have to bake double batches.
And she'll take a little bit off the floor that was thrown at us and just kind of feed it into her coat.
I don't know who would take these cookies though. Look over here. There are holes in my house.
Let me have a look.
Well, that's not good.
Go ahead and make me Dex Int perception rolls if you want to
Dex
investigate the holes
Oh,
that are
dear.
chewed through the wall.
Man, I'm running trash. I got a 4.
That's a 6.
Well, that'll get you some. You can kind of see that there were holes chewed in there. They definitely came from the outside in, and you can see some cookie crumbs and things like that.
What kind of material is the wall?
It's sort of like lath and plaster sort of thing.
Okay. So it wouldn't be too crazy difficult for some to chew through it. Okay.
No.
I didn't see like the thing that made the noise, right?
No, you guys like saw the cookies, and then you heard the clattering, and then it seems to be that they're gone.
Well, there's a trail. You said there's crumbs on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we have to follow the yellow crumb road.
How's your sniffer?
Take this my alcohol away. It's clouding my senses.
Mm-hmm. Tuck that in my bag.
I want it back.
At the festival. Maybe before, if we can find these things.
Right, I'm on it. I, like look and suppose gonna just run outside and see if I can find the tracks and see where the cookie crumbs lead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of tracks, that's actually something I can do.
That is something you can do. You are a hunter, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. Animal tracking.
Find those tracks. Get that.
Which would be strength and int to do so.
Yes.
Would you like me to do that?
Yes. If you want to do that, please go ahead.
Not, ironically, my best of stats.
And you can add a +1 to that.
Okay. So that is 8 total.
Oh, good number. That beats the thing.
Hooray.
So, you see these weird little tracks, and they kind of run off. You can see like the cookies, and they're definitely like dragging, something. And you imagine that whatever it is, it's all the cookies too, probably. And it definitely heads through a couple little alleys and out towards the woods. Do you follow?
I'm going that way.
Okay.
Can I tell looking at the tracks they're pointing out like what kind of made them? Have like refined education.
Yeah, if you want to do like a straight up knowledge, what I think is just int.
I'm rolling so bad. It really hates me.
Oh no, it really doesn't like
I got a
you.
4.
Yeah.
This is why I don't use Roll20.
I don't know how Jess feels.
Yeah, it's not enough to kind of pick. Like, they look almost familiar, parts of the prints, but then you just can't quite get a grasp on what exactly this is. It looks like it's like you look at it and you're like, is the drink? Because you swear it's like 2 or 3 types of animals. You're like not really sure what's going on there. And you know, you might just be writing it off to, okay, well maybe some more cookies will solve the problem.
Something in my
I
stomach.
is
Yeah, something in your stomach.
I is just following the pattern. She doesn't stop to think of what is that. It's just, oh, there it is. Go.
Okay, and after a little bit, you get out to the woods as well. And you can kind of see them run off into like some bushes there.
You good enough to head in there?
Yes, I'm right behind you.
All right. Let's make
Okay.
sure these folks' day is nice.
So, as you go in there, give me a perception again. So Dex int.
Hey, I got a 6 this time.
Oh, nice.
Dang. 7.
Okay.
No. God, no. 11.
Okay, as you you kind of start walking into the bushes and you peer and you see a shuffle off to the side, like a shadow, and it stops and it looks at you and you see these two glowing eyes staring back at you, and it makes sort of like and it rushes off kind of around the woods towards the other side of town.
Does this seem familiar to anything I've tracked before?
It does not.
Okay.
But like you hear a bunch of other rustling as it goes, but what has been left behind is one bowl of cookies. And then you hear a bunch of commotion coming from the other side of town, and you hear a bell starting to ring. And then we're going to cut back over to Quinn and Rowan. So you two were just poking in the bushes and a bunch of eyes lit up. And as those eyes lit up, you sort of hear a bunch of chattering and a bunch of screaming from the village, and a bell started to ring, and the bushes are like shaking and shaking and shaking, and then all of the eyes disappear.
I look like I have my lance out, and I'm gonna kind of turn and kind of side look at Ronan, going, "Do we go in or do we go back?"
Back. Let's go back. I like lots of people. Okay, we'll go back.
Let's do back. Okay, I'm not gonna. Quinn's not gonna have their back to the bushes. They're just gonna slowly start backing up, like.
I think Rowan is kind of quick stepping back towards the town, because he feels like these things are connected, and that is concerning.
Yeah, once I'm a good distance away, start turning around and falling behind Ronan as we're running.
Okay, and so you two kind of come, you're coming around the back of the side of the town, and you see Bakari and Aya kind of off, because you're coming around the one side, and there's a path that goes out into the woods, and you can see them across the way on the back side of the town in sort of the bushes there, and you hear this bell ringing, and you hear a bunch of commotion coming from the center square.
Try to wave my hands to get their attention. Over here.
They
This
go.
way. Like, this way.
What's wrong?
We had to deal with some interesting creatures that took flowers, and now this bell's going off. What are you guys doing?
Cookies
I-
eating monsters.
Reaches down and grabs the bowl and just sort of holds it up, kind of hugs it with all the cookies.
Quinn tries to reach in and grab a cookie. I think something's going up, and it doesn't sound too good.
Something's definitely strange.
Right. I mean, I think I should stay here and guard the sake and cookies, just in case.
I think we should all be going to the center of town.
I mean, we have to take these over anyway.
At least you guys got the cookies.
They are good. But we did get him chucked at our heads. And that was not so much fun.
Yes, that wasn't. I mean, it was a unique way of delivery. Good try it. Rowan, we should think of some kind of magic that does a cookie delivering service.
Yeah, that sounds great. Better than this.
Yes. Well, bells?
Bells.
Bells.
So you guys, on the agreement of bells, as the bells are going off, you all start heading towards the center of town, and you see everyone from the town is sort of standing out in a crowd, and they're all coming out. And standing next to Alwina is this large. She's got long blonde hair and a thick braid, and wearing like this plate mail, and is carrying a sword about as tall as she is. And everyone knows Aldebrecht. Even you guys know Aldebrecht. Aldebrecht is the captain of the Feather Guard. And Aldebrecht has toured almost every island in Palporum. Aldebrecht is a very well-known warrior in all of Palporum. And you imagine she's here for the festival to show that the Feather Guard is like sort of like an honorary thing. The Feather Guard tends to show up at events like this. And you know, Aldebrecht is from around this area, so it makes sense. You know, it may even be a known fact that Alwina is her grandmother, well, great grandmother. Anyway, she's standing there. She's like, "Calm down, everyone, calm down." And you can hear her just yelling. You see Rosin Thorn. The flowers are gone. It's horrible. And you see Boris. The cookies. They took all the cookies. And everyone seems to be yelling about things going missing. What's going to happen to the ceremony? And you see Heller just sort of sitting there scratching his head. And then everyone goes, and you look up, and the moon is just sort of coming up, but a blackness is starting to work its way across. That. It's not as spooky, but and you see as the shadow comes across, shadows around the town start popping up with little yellow eyes, and the shadows start rolling all around, and everyone just starts screaming as the moon goes completely black. And these shadows all sort of coalesce together, wrap around the cart, and take off down the road into the forest. And the statue in the center of town turns completely black. Like, shadow just starts pouring out of it like smoke from a smoke machine. And that is where we're going to take a break.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Uh-oh.
Eek.
So we'll be right back, guys, and we'll continue this funness that is Ryuutama, the Harvest Moon Festival. What's happening? Hi, welcome back, everybody. Here we go. Round 2. Ryuutama, I hope everyone is enjoying the nonsense that comes out of my brain.
Always.
Okay, so shadow things have popped out from all around the town. The statue in the center of town is covered in a dark, smoky shadow. And as you're witnessing all of this, you see these weird, chubby-looking dragons just start flying around. And it gets really misty, like super, super misty. You recognize these as like mist dragons, and they tend to, they're a bit dramatic, mist dragons, and they know when things are happening, and so they're up in the sky sort of playing, and as they like crash into each other, this mist just falls off of them. And this is the world of Palporum and Ryuutama, and you know, dragons, the lower dragons are just mischievous little things, and weather is weather. Sometimes it's normal, and sometimes it's dragon induced, and so the mist sort of gets thick and thick, and you see all of the townspeople like start to panic, and Aldebrecht is just like trying to keep everything calm, and like she's also like staring with concern as those shadow things have taken the cart off into the woods. But the fog has become so thick, it's really hard to like chase right after it because you don't know what you're gonna like run into. It's really hard to get your bearings. And Aldebrecht just sort of like stabs her sword into the ground and is like, well, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna stop it. Can anyone tell me what's going on? I just got here and everything goes to heck. Why does this happen every time I go into a town? Does anyone have some answers?
I'm gonna eye Albrecht when they say that.
Creatures stealing cookies, and my head's gotten so dramatic suddenly.
Creatures stealing things, like those things that took the cart.
Possibly. We saved the cookies.
At least some of them. And I will walk over to Boris and just hand him what's left in the bowl.
Oh, this is like an eighth of the cookies. It will only feed like 2 people. But thank you for saving some of them. They are very precious. You may take one. Everyone may take one for doing such a good job. But please go get the other ones.
I mean, when things are so tasty, can you blame them for wanting them?
Well, I can blame them for taking them on the day of the Moon Festival.
That's true.
Look, we're a little confused as well. We were chasing after creatures going and stealing flowers. This is all happening very quickly and very suddenly. Oh.
Yeah, they took my shoes. You hear it from the mist somewhere. What?
One problem at a time, or two.
Those are my favorite shoes.
Why
When did Miss get shoes?
Yeah, why they want shoes?
No, don't pay attention to. Aldebrecht just goes, no. You guys seem capable.
I pat Ronan on the shoulder and I go, we're capable.
You all seem capable. You guys were investigating this before I got here, I take it?
Yes.
Strong
Right.
phrasing, but yeah.
Then you all come with me. You're not from around here, I could tell. Maybe I could use some hands. We're pretty low on guards down here. Let's go figure out what's going on. And to do that, I think we have to follow into the woods.
I'll be right behind you, Rowan.
Yeah, we'll is this a must sort of thing, or is this more of a
Oh, come now, Ronan. We got this.
do we?
Yeah.
I don't.
Don't worry, we'll protect you.
That's oddly reassuring. Okay. Okay, yeah. She's got that huge sword. Yeah, she's got that huge sword.
She's got a huge sword. I've got a lance. We've got this.
Do you want a sword? Because I have one that you can use.
I mean, I'll be okay. Hippocratic oath or something. I don't know.
What's that?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, it's here if you want it. She kind of straps it back on, then pulls out her bow.
I hand on a second jug of like alcohol I have on me. This is my least good wine.
Your least good wine?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be your worst wine?
Oh no, you don't want my worst wine. Where is that? I think I left it in the last town.
Why would you even have... No.
It's okay. Thank you.
All right, more for me.
Right. Well, let's go. And Aldebrecht sort of slides the sword into her back, looks at all of you, turns around, and it seems like she knows where she's going, even though it's like super foggy and she can't see, but she knows, and she just like stalks off into the mist and it kind of swirls behind her.
Shit. Wait up!
Oh, you kind of hear Heller, hang on. Here, take this. And he sort of hands you, because I forgot what Heller's voice was. This is my problem. He hands you sort of like a lamp, and he hands it to out towards you guys. Whoever wants to take it can take it. And it seems to, it's this lamp, and it has one tiny little like ball of liquid, just like sort of suspended in the air inside of it. And it glinting like sunlight. Actually, no, scratch that. It's a little scale floating inside a little test tube. And it's one of Poco's scales. And it's sort of shimmering sunlight out of it. And it sort of like eats away at the mist as it like shimmers out. And he kind of hands it to you. Like, this should help you. I don't remember the voice. But there you go.
Like Taco's voice.
Yeah, oh, this should help you. There we go. Something like that.
Do we want that at the front or the back?
I mean, I'd encourage it at the front, because you could sort of see where it should cover enough radius if you all stick together.
I mean...
And you just hear, "Are you coming?" As Aldebrecht is stomping off into the mists.
1 second! Someone take this lamp.
And Heller just sort of looks at you, and gives you all a wink, and just says, "Have a good story."
All right.
What? It was...
I'll take the lamp and I'll start walking.
Yeah.
Start falling behind.
All right, so we're gonna do a quick little travel check here to see if you guys can make your way through the woods. And let me do.
Actually, yeah.
I can
take the lamp, put the bow away, and pull the sword.
That's the wrong one.
Because a bow is two-handed.
And so you guys step through the mist. You're going along through this dark forest, and then travel check. Who was deciding to do it? We didn't really do group rolls, so hang on. Let me remember how that works. Just to make sure you guys get there. I lost the page.
As we go into the forest, Bakari is going to take a leaf, and it will like kind of frost under their touch, and the black hair, the more white streaks will kind of come out of it as they cast arrow compass, and causes a magical compass to appear recommended for new players. But it grants +1 on direction checks.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
And that's for 12 hours.
Nice.
That's better. Now we can know where we're going.
That is certainly handy.
Okay, so if one member of the party could give me a strength dex check.
I suppose I can if I'm in the front.
My strength is bad.
Are we adding the +1 from the lovely magical?
Oh, that'll be the direction check.
Okay, that's an 8.
Okay. Good. And then could someone give me a direction check? You can add the +1, so that's an int. That may be
That should not
No.
be me.
Rowan might be good at int.
I have 6 in int, so that'd be 2d6. I can
Okay.
take that.
Nice.
You can add a +1 to it.
7 total.
Okay. Okay,
Rowan are,
so
like, fighting for back position.
just alternating each time, like no.
No, you go right ahead.
So you guys make it surprisingly well. Even Aldebrecht is impressed with as you get through this. You're going along through this dark forest, and you can see the mist really thick around you, but wherever you, because of the lamp, it's sort of just swirling around. And the moon is still has this big black eclipse happening. And the forest is super dark, and as you're getting closer, it's getting quieter and quieter. And the shadows seem to be moving in the mist themselves. You're not really sure what's happening. And Aldebrecht is just like looking like, I've never seen anything like this. This is strange. I'm a little concerned.
Oh, now you're concerned.
Well,
Well, I mean, I'm always kind of concerned. That's my job. But like this is weird.
we know they like cookies.
And they like flowers.
But I don't understand why they would take cookies and flowers. Like why it's just a ceremony thing. Why disturb that?
Maybe there's more to the story.
I don't know. They haven't outright attacked anyone, so I guess that's a good sign.
But they've taken everything that goes on the cart.
Yeah, it's like they don't want the ceremony to happen.
Unless you can't chucking cookies at our heads.
Maybe they just have good taste.
I'm sure that's it.
Yeah, of course they do. They eat the cookies.
Yes. I'm helping.
You're all doing a great job. Yeah, and you head deeper. Aldebrecht kind of mentions it should be close now. The center of this. I don't know if you guys know this. The harvest festival. Everyone takes the offering and the cart offering, and they bring it to this clearing. They've done it for thousands of years. I don't know how long they've been doing it. It should be here now. We should be getting close to it. It's not that far of a walk into here. I mean, parts of this forest, the deeper you go, it gets crazier. But we should be coming up to it. And as she's saying that, you do see like the mist parts a little bit, and the forest opens up more, and on that there's this giant stone pedestal. It looks a lot like the stone pedestal that the statue is on in the middle of town, and it's pouring out that black, and up on the center of that is this large black oval object. And it seems to be emanating that shadow. And it's sitting there on this big dais, pouring out this black shadow. And you can see off to the side, there's the cart seems to have like been pulled so fast it was tipped over. Because Heller had unhitched the cows and the cows were out grazing. The shadow had come and just pulled the cart itself. And it seems to have like tipped over. And you can see there's a bunch of flowers. There's drinks and all like whatever was stolen from town was brought here. And it looks like there's the shadows are trying to like smash up a lot of this stuff. Like, and you can see that shadow that's coming off of that egg is at the end forming these little balls of shadow with eyes, and they're rolling around and they're trying to smash everything.
Oh my God. They did take the shoe, look.
Yeah. There's one that's kind of rolling around with a shoe in its mouth and like throwing it around.
Forget the shoe, the beer.
I'm very suspicious of this oval orb.
Alderbrecht just points at it and puts her hand up on the hilt of her sword and she goes, "That's not supposed to be there. I don't know what that is."
Get my lance out. You're like, I don't think any of this is supposed to be happening.
And then you feel like this thud through the air. And it like shakes in your bones. And you hear a voice that says, "You will not release her. We have had her for all these years. This ceremony will not happen anymore." And you see a bunch of the shadow kind of coalesces up in front of that pedestal. And some of the little guys kind of roll in and they start creating a bigger shadow thing. "She gave herself to save you, and we took her. You will not get her back ever again."
Could I, with this explanation and seeing the shrine and kind of knowing like the festival, could I do like a refined education to kind of get an idea of like who they're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, nice! I got an 11.
Oh, well. Let me double check there on the sheet. What did I make that? Nope, that's the wrong sheet. Why do I have 3 of these open? They all look the same. Sorry. My bad.
Those GM problems.
Oh, I had it. Where? Wait. Oh, there we go. I just scrolled down too much. You're as good as a pro. Well, you're in between you're as good as a pro and you're probably famous in your town. I always love the descriptions for the evaluations. You get that. And so using your refined education, you know that there's a legend about, especially you, this actually works out really good because you as a Neko, you know that your race is one of the older ones and like you helped free Palporm from the Goblin Empire. And like no one knows how you guys got rid of them, but you got rid of them. But you know that there was another race that was early in Palporm that relates to the moon. They were called the Wolper. And
sorry, what?
The Wolper.
The Wolper, okay.
The Wolper. And they were sort of like they worshiped the moon and they were like tricksters like the Nekos were, but they had a lot of power based in that. And you kind of understand that maybe this moon festival might be related to the story of the Moon Princess, who was the leader of the Wolper. and there may have been something more dealing with the princess and this festival in particular that started this whole thing. Because the Wolper disappeared. You don't know what happened to them. During the times of when the Neko came and took over and freed the Goblet from the Goblin Empire, the Wolper sort of faded away. But you remember stories from your education and things.
I think kind of hearing this, Bagari kind of has like amber eyes, but one of them turns like Snow White, and the black hair starts turning like Snow White as well. And they just look towards that orb, and they just kind of say, "You will not keep the what was it, Moon Princess?
Yeah,
the Moon Princess any longer, Spirit." Looks towards the group. I'm ready.
Got my lance out. Let's do this.
All right then.
and with that, the shadow sort of responds to your call out, as it were, and we are going to go into combat as it hears that, and it roars back at you and grows to this enormous size. And we're going to move over to here, and I'm going to reveal don't mind how cute they look. They're super sinister. I totally super sinister.
So cute.
Rebels.
Okay, so let me make sure I'm on the right layer here. I'm gonna give this to Pro.
Ready.
You should be able to control your token, and then for you guys, I should have done this earlier, but let's do this. We're gonna put Aldebrecht in here. That'll work.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, not that big. Not that big, Aldebrecht.
Because of moody little face.
And then Rowan, you're a magic user, right?
Yep.
I'm just gonna put this little fella.
That tracks.
So cute.
And then I'll let you guys move yourself around. Let's see. You're like a hunter, right? Let's see. What do we got?
Indeed.
What do I have in this small little list of cute generic humans? Is literally like the name of this Roll20 thing.
It tracks.
It's great.
I'll give you this.
That works.
It looks like a little Keyleth, but
It really does.
oh, what? No,
Oh, wrong layer.
moved the wrong thing. Indeed. Wrong layer. Okay, and then we just need...
I'm not saying that because I've done that before. Mm-mm.
Which one of these had a pole arm? None of them do.
Oh,
What do people have against pole arms?
I don't know.
they're so
Rude.
useful.
They are. Reach weapons, man. Come on.
The fullest.
I guess I'm gonna give you this cute little... You'll be a fancy merchant.
Oh, that. Yes.
Okay, now let me just give everybody control. Okay. Controlled by.
Ah.
Controlled by. Okay, so you guys can move yourself in the front or the back. And let's do our initiative checks, which, if I recall, is just strength something. Dex int, sorry. Dex int. And then I should write that down. These guys have their initiative. Okay, so Bakari, you're 7. Slime. I like that these have their initiatives built in. Interesting. Jolie is a 9. So, I know.
Oh man, now I miss my druid.
Quinn is 6. Okay. Okay, so you're both with there. Aldebrecht. I should roll hers. Yeah. Okay. Back. Okay, so Aldebrecht has an 11 because she's a badass.
Nice.
And she's gonna be up here in the front, and she's gonna do... Oh, so we should all... So let's go through and pick an object. Describe... So this is sort of a clearing, but you can describe any sort of object. So let's start with Rowan, if you want to describe... Just pick an object that you can have on the battlefield to use. And we'll just use a little pen to mark it.
How about that pair of shoes?
Perfect. That is literally perfect. So... I love it. Why is it not giving me the... Oh. Guess I need to be on the right layer. Well, that didn't work right. We'll do... Oh, shoot. I can't draw. Okay, let me just do that. Oh, why does my mouse freak out? Okay. There's a little shoe. Perfect.
Awesome.
Quinn.
The flowers. I want to grab the flowers.
Okay, so we'll do a little yellow. And we'll just put that right there. We have a shoe. We'll put there. Flat. Whoa. Please, Dustin. Please, map. It would help if I put that on the map layer. Now I won't accidentally click it anymore. Okay. Aya. Give us an item.
Okay, I think I'm back.
You're back? Yeah.
Sorry, my internet was being a little bit
Oh,
weird.
no.
Oh, was it my turn?
Yeah. So while we're picking our items. So if you want to describe something, it could be as small as something that you could pick up and throw, or it could be like a wall, or it could be like a piece of terrain. Here, think about like in a clearing though, like what would be in like a forest clearing.
Yeah.
Because then you can use these objects to get a +1. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna put a couple of branches. I'm gonna say that there's a couple of branches on the ground that you guys can use. And maybe a couple little rocks.
Yeah, I'll pick up like a handful of, or like a couple.
Well,
of rocks
you just need to describe one that exists, because then anyone can use them. Okay, so we'll just do a couple little rocks. Rocks are good. All right. So then Albrecht is going to do an attack. And when you attack, you do your accuracy check, and then you do your damage check. So they're going to do... I need to remember what this weapon is, because I didn't write it down. Longsword, longsword. Weapons. Where'd it go? Sorry, guys. I was totally prepared. Oh, because it's before that. There we go. Seriously. Okay, let's do that. And that makes it on their thing. Then I do. So she's going to attack one of these little shadow things. Okay. And then next on the initiative is Jolie, I believe. Yes.
All right.
So Aya.
Okay. So what's the ground situation like?
It is just like a dirt kind of clearing.
Okay.
Sort of thing.
Sure. So yeah, I'm gonna set down the lantern on the ground so everybody can see, and it's not swinging wildly all over the place. Reach into my jacket, scruff the kitten, put it next to it, go, stay. And then I'm gonna use my katana. I'm gonna
Excellent.
try on one of the little duders.
Okay.
So do I just roll an accuracy check, or?
Yeah, roll your accuracy check and we'll see if it hits. Because it just, their initiative is sort of like your AC as well, so.
Okay.
So you just need to.
Oh, that was Garbo. That's a 6.
That hits.
Oh.
If you're attacking one of the little slimes?
Yeah.
Slimes. I'd say slimes because I'm using slime stats, but they're shadows.
All right, so then I roll the damage for that, which is a 4.
Okay.
Unless, since I tracked things earlier, I get a +1. Because that is one of the hunter things.
Yes, you could get a +1.
Then it's a 5.
Okay. Awesome. Next up is Bakari.
Yeah, Bakari's seeing this, and everyone kind of running about. They get out their bow from their like kimono, and it's this kind of like alabaster white, kind of painted kind of blue bow, like sort of like ice kind of etchings on it as well. And then they pull back the bow, and they just say, "Come through, frosted hand," and their hand starts like turning white, and I'm going to be casting enhanced red hand for this turn, and it gives me a +1 on accuracy checks.
Awesome.
6 rounds.
I love the spells in this game.
But that's my turn, just preparing.
Okay.
The arrow.
Yep. Excellent. So next up is one of the. Let's see. Oh well, I'll let Quinn go first because you are tied with the 3 small things. So
Oh, yay!
I'll let you go first.
I'm going to lance the guy that's kind of right in front of me.
All right. Go ahead and make an accuracy check.
Oh, no, that's a 4.
That's gonna miss. He just the shadow kind of does that cartoon thing where it like shapes its and you just kind of like go through it.
Mm.
Okay, and now it's gonna be their turn. And so one's gonna.
No wonder they like cookies. It was a donut.
Yeah. Okay, well, one of them was gonna try and bite at Quinn, but that accuracy check misses. The other one bites at Aya for a 7, which should. No, it doesn't hit because you're a 9. Dang. Okay, fine. Be that way, dice.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah. So it's your initiative is sort of and then the other one goes at Aldebrecht, which misses as well. So now we're on to Rowan.
So Rowan's at the back and really quick like pops a pipe out and like stuffs it full of like tobacco and like inhales a bunch of smoke, and then like with his like lungs full, breathes out on the ground. And I'm going to cast the vine spell for summer magic, which is called Briar Nono. And I need to roll spirit and int, right?
Yes.
Cool. I got a 12.
Okay, I think that does it.
Cool.
Magic is pretty easy to cast in this game.
Well, I'm just gonna hit the front one with the 3 little ones.
Okay. So the thorny briars rise from the ground, entangling all in the area. Everyone in the target area receives -2 penalty to initiative starting on the next round. Excellent. So all of those go down to a 4. Okay. And now we're back up to Aldebrecht. Oh wait, no, I forgot about the big boy.
That's okay. You can forget it for the moment.
Nah, why would I want to do that? So it's going. Actually, it's gonna do a thing. What did I give it? So it's gonna do this. It sort of chimes in, and it's gonna do a thing like, int. Where's its stats? So it's gonna kind of shimmer, and these shadow balls start falling down on the front area where all three of you are all nicely grouped up.
Of course. Smart move.
Oh no.
And it's gonna do. It's gonna do 3 damage to you guys in the front. And now we're back to Aldebrecht. She's gonna do her thing. And that is gonna hit the little slime, and it's gonna do. Okay. And now it's Jolie's turn. Or Aya's turn.
Okay. Well, they're all still going at it. Nobody's
They are
changed.
indeed.
Nobody's fallen down yet, so that's good. Yeah, I guess probably the best thing to do is just kind of keep going at that little one there. So that would be one of those and one of those. Actually, can I take one of the little rocks on the ground and kind of try to surreptitiously throw it behind the little thing to kind of get its attention so it's...
Sure, you may do that.
All right. And then while it's sort of distracted a little bit, try to slice it in half.
So you get a +1 to your accuracy check.
Okay. That would make it a 10.
That will hit it. You may use your damage.
That would be 7.
Ooh. As you distract it and you come in and attack, you see that the shadow seems to be having a hard time keeping its form. So that this one down here. Well, nope. Be on the right thing that I just gave a little beauty mark to. This little guy, he's looking pretty rough. I give him a blue. You guys can tell them apart. Okay. And now, Mr. Blue, Mr. Green, and Mr. Red.
All right. And she'll just kind of go, they're starting to fall apart.
And then Bakari, it is your turn.
As they kind of pull back their longbow, their hand is kind of glowing, kind of ice white. It goes into the arrow and it kind of freezes the kind of wood, so it's this long icicle pointed tip. And I'm going to run over towards the shoes, kind of kick them up in the air and kick them towards the large one. And at the same time it's traveling towards the large one, I'm going to release the arrow so it kind of has to like
Perfect.
blocked. So
I love it. That guy's shoes are getting some use.
yeah, shoes. Okay, go. 6-7.
That will hit.
Okay. 2 damage.
Okay. He put down his damage. Cool. Now it is Quinn's turn because these guys are down -2.
Yay. Blue is looking correct.
Yeah, it's having trouble keeping its form together.
Let's just. Can I go over and attack that one then?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you can attack anything in that front area.
Okay. Yeah. I'll take that then. I don't know if I have to move or not. But...
No, you don't have to move. This is more of like it's like an RPG kind of style of thinking. If you're in the front area, you can attack things in the front area. Things in the front area can't reach the back area. You can freely move as your turn in between those areas.
Okay. Holy, yay! That is a 10 to hit.
Well, that will hit.
Rock on! That's 5 damage.
And with that, it sort of, as you swing through it, it just disintegrates. And it is no more. Yeah. And now it is Rowan's turn.
Nobody's hurt yet, right?
I don't think anybody's really hurt yet.
Well,
Cool.
not bad.
Are you? Has anybody taken anything? Because I'm
The 3 of us in the front took a little bit of damage, but
cool. Then I'm going to run up to Quinn first, and I'm going to cast Cure Touch. And again, like exhale smoke that like surrounds my hand and like touch their back to heal. Is that that's still a spell roll?
Yes, I believe so.
Or do I just do the healing?
I think you might just do the healing. Sorry, still rusty on this. You know, I don't remember if it works, or I don't remember how it works. Healing.
I don't mind rolling. I'll roll. That'll be an 8.
That should do it.
Cool. And that'll be 5 hit points back to Quinn.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm gonna run away again.
Okay, so now it's the little shadows' turns, and they're gonna do accuracy. So Aya, you get a 9, which is your.
That's my
So that should do damage then. Ooh.
Did you just
rolled.
max me?
I maxed you.
Oh, great.
That's a 6.
Okay.
And then little red guy. Oh, double 1s. Well, that's gonna miss. Okay. And now it's the big boy's turn. Big boy is going to. Ooh, does he have enough for that? Oh, he has enough to do it one more time. So he's gonna do the that should go Shadow Balls Snowball Storm, but it's really Shadow Ball Storm. Which spirit is what? I don't know. For 4 points of damage to everyone in the front row. And now it is back up to Aldebrecht's turn. And Aldebrecht is going to take a swing at another one. That's definitely going to hit. Nope. And the D8. Okay. So she's going after the green one. She does 4 points of damage to the green. Okay. And now it is Aya's turn again.
Okay, which one hit me?
The red one hit you.
Uh-huh. Good, because I'm going after the red one. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, she's not happy right now. Ooh. Yikes. 7
Yes.
to hit? Okay. Yeah, she just kind of runs forward and yells a little bit and tries to slice this thing into bits. Oh, really? Really? That's gonna be a 2.
Oh no.
It's a 2 damage.
Okay.
And then she kind of stumbles back a little bit.
All right, Bakari.
Seeing these small guys pack a punch, Bakari is going to kind of run forward and get up some dirt and kind of ball it in like their fist and throw it. And as they throw it, a bunch of them like spectral kind of fly towards them as well. It's like a snowball storm.
Nice.
And the ones in the front. That's a bunch of snowballs. So, how do I do this?
So
It's a roll, right?
roll spirit and int.
Okay. It's going to do like a navigation because that's in spirit.
Yeah, that's fine.
5.
That will. What's their condition? That will get that. So then you whatever your damage for the snowball. I think it's 1 spirit dice.
Yes, it is. So let me roll that real quick. 7 on the front row.
There we go. Okay, well. Ooh. So as these snowballs start flying through the air, and pelting, this one sort of wisps out of his existence, and this red guy is starting to look really wobbly in their form. And that makes it Quinn's turn.
Quinn's gonna point at Mr. Red there and like, don't touch my friends, and stab at him. And that is gonna be 8.
Yes, that will do it.
Cool. 3 damage.
Excellent. Oh yeah, it's really wobbly now.
Oh,
Like so close. You're so close. One could say if out of 1 out of 14, this had maybe 1 left. And that's hypothetically, if you were to give a range on it, that means it's little red guy's turn. And he's gonna look at Quinn. And that's a 7, which should get you by 1. And then, okay, 1 point of damage.
I'll take that.
And then it goes to Rowan.
So Rowan runs up to Aya and is just like has like lots of worry in his face. Casting Cure Touch for 9, and then 5 hit points back.
Much
So yep,
appreciated.
there you go. Nice.
That puts me up to half again.
Yeah, just like be careful, please be careful.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna run away again.
Excellent. And now we come back up to Aldebrecht. Nope, big guy. Sorry. Big guy's gonna roll up on in here now. Whoop.
Does
Make these-
does my spell affect him now that he's moved into that area?
Oh, is that persistent?
It's 6 rounds, I think.
Oh, I guess maybe it would. Yeah, what the heck? Let's say it does. So yeah, I mean he's already got really low anyway. So I mean he's at the bottom of the list now. And it's gonna do an attack. Its accuracy is a D4 plus a D10.
Ew.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He does big hits on Aldebrecht. Oh, come on. I want to hit with a big guy. It's a 2 and a 3, so that's going to miss Aldebrecht.
No.
Dang it. Okay. It's your turn. Wait, no, it's Aldebrecht's turn.
Aldebrecht's turn.
I know how initiative works. Aldebrecht's going to like smile as this thing tries to chomp at her, and she just sort of sidesteps away. Well, that's definitely going to hit. That's 2 6s.
Ooh.
And then hers is a D8. Ooh, nice, Aldebrecht, for a 7. And she just sort of, as this thing like goes to chomp on her, she like sidesteps, and somehow you don't even know how she got the sword, and like, but like then does sort of like this upper slice with the momentum she does from her sidestep, and it cuts out a big piece of the shadow. Okay. Now it's Aya's turn.
I think we're just gonna go ahead and see if we can take out Red, because she's sort of still angry at that little feller.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
That's a 7 to hit.
Yes.
Beautiful. And that's 6.
Oh yeah, I mean it only had 1 hit point left.
Yeah.
So that is, it wisps out of its existence. And now it is because, so this little guy's gone now too. But now it's just this big shadow hovering there menacingly over all of you. And Bakari.
Can I use objects for in spells as well?
No, I think it's just attacks.
Okay. Then Bakari is going to kind of sidestep and grab a bunch of leaves with the arrow and shoot them towards the ground, and as they do, like this cascading of like ice shoots up from the ground towards the big one. I'm gonna do snowball again.
Okay. And you're as you're doing that, you hear sort of this voice, and you see a shadow fly across the clearing. Huge shadow. You don't know what it was, but you hear sort of whispering, "Oh, this makes a good story," and your snowball seemed to double in amount, and you can roll max dice damage. Roll 2d6 and it's double 6s for the damage. You feel like this surge of power through you as this dark shadow sweeps across you guys, and you just hear,
Oh no!
But
I got 2 natural ones.
that's okay. Like this makes a better story. As you do that, you feel like everything fizzle, and that shadow runs across, and you hear, ho, this is better. And you feel the spell fizzle, and then all of a sudden surge with double power as it comes down. And I may be using one of my abilities as a GM. And so it does double damage on this. And these snowballs just hurl down a lot faster. and you see this big thing take all this damage, and it's wavering. It's wavering. It's on the brink right now.
Finish it off, Quinn.
And it goes to Quinn.
Quinn's like, with pleasure, and stabs into the into the shadow thingy. There's a 4 hit.
Yes.
Okay.
This thing is at a 1 for initiative.
Good. Oh, good. That's 8 damage.
Okay, you. So, Bakari's in the back. They're casting this snowball storm, and it's coming down, and the air is sort of like covered in like this mist. And you hear Bakari shout, "Finish them, Quinn!" And you just thrust your pole arm just in sort of that. The air around you seems to just become lines as you go, ah! And you thrust it in, and it goes deep into the shadow, and the shadow's eyes kind of go wide, and she goes, "No, she was ours!" And like everything starts shaking, and just this big poof, and you guys are all knocked down as the shadow dissipates in this big explosion. And you see all of the shadows sort of like on the ground start going back up towards that egg, that black egg that was sitting on the center. And it all kind of gets sucked, like the whole thing is playing in reverse as these dark shadows pour back inside of it. And it sort of, when one more shock of air, everything is still and the shadows seem to be gone. And I'm going to get us out of this intense music. And it shocks, and this giant green dragon floats down into the clearing. And it's got this big, long beard of vines. And it just goes, "Ho, ho, ho. Let's just take this somewhere else." And it grasps the egg in its hands. "I know a safer place for this." And it flies off. And as it flies off and the egg leaves, the moon comes out of eclipse. And you see, as the moon is coming out of eclipse, the island above you guys that has been slowly working its way over sort of lines up over this clearing. And the moonlight shines through the giant hole in this island from the second level, and it shines down on this pedestal, and it starts to coalesce. And what coalesces is this long, lean figure in these white silken robes. She has a long head of floofy hair, and long ears, and these gorgeous antlers that sparkle like diamonds. And in her hands, she holds sort of like a cornucopia with like treats and vegetables and all sorts of things coming out. And she looks like a rabbit, but a really large, tall rabbit. She's got these gorgeous white wings behind her and these antlers and her long bunny ears. And she stands there as the mist sort of coalesces and sparkles. And then all of a sudden she has form, and she's standing on that pedestal, and you guys look and you realize that this looks a lot like that statue that you couldn't really tell what it was. It's like the person only kind of remembered what it looked like. And she rests down and she places the cornucopia on the dais, and she like stretches her wings and her little ears do like some twitching. And she goes, "Oh, I'm free. I'm free. After all these years, I'm free." And she looks down at you and she's like, Did you do this?"
Bakari does like a cordially like court bow.
"Oh, and she does sort of like a bow, and you recognize this as sort of the Neko culture. Like she does a specific sort of like movement. I've been trapped for so long. I'm Verena, Queen of the Wolper, Princess of the Moon.
Once she says her title, Quinn's going to actually drop to a knee, kind of like, oh shoot, like, ah.
Yeah, Aya does the same.
I think Rowan like has to take a beat, and then kind of awkwardly does the same, trying to like not sure which to do.
I am Bakari Eradon, crown heir to the Winterland.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you. I came down here many years ago to save the poor little community that was starving. But when we leave the moon, we leave ourselves vulnerable. And I'm afraid I was trapped by some sort of shadow. It's been so long. Are my children still here? Children! She sort of claps her hands, and you hear all these noises that you recognize. And all these little shadow things start coming out. But as they come out of the woods, the shadow sort of peels off of them. And they're smaller versions of these Wolper, little bunny people with various types of antlers and little wings. About the height of Bakari. Nekos are, but I like they're smaller. And they all just sort of like start appearing out of the mist sort of like forms them again, and you feel like you've released something by defeating that shadow. Thank you so much. Is this all for me? She looks out at the smashed barrels and it's like, this won't do. And she kind of claps her hands again, and they all the little other Wolpers start putting things back together, and she blesses the beer with her moon power. And you see slowly as you're standing there, the rest of the townspeople start coming out, having followed you, having seen the moon come back out, and oh, it's the Moon Princess, Boris says, and it's like, oh, it's not a disaster, it's a miracle. As Thorn, you have saved the festival. Thank you so much. Look at my babies. They're so pretty, glittering in the sun. Not the sun, the moon. I don't know what day it is. Alderbrecht kind of stops, puts her sword back in the thing, and looks at all of you, and just like, well done. I honestly didn't think you had it in you.
Me neither.
Thanks.
Thank you, I guess.
Time for a Neko nap. They fall on my face.
What about the beer?
And yeah, you guys, a big party sort of ensues as you guys fix everything and you place everything on the altar, and the Moon Princess sort of, tells her story of where she's been, wonders why the shadow took her. And yeah, that's sort of the end. So you guys partake of the party.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
And Aya lets the kitten run around just as she wants.
And then we sort of, as the camera kind of pans out on all you guys having sort of an impromptu moon festival, the decorations are lit, lanterns are lit, and everyone kind of sets up tents, and like everyone's going to stay here and meet with the Moon Princess and celebrate this harvest festival. The camera pans back out to the road where Heller is driving away on a cart, and in the back of that cart is the black egg. And he sort of says, not that one, Dustin, that one. Oh, Poco, Well, that was a story I wasn't expecting. There's another one. Another lost egg. It doesn't bode well. First the Neko Goblin attack and the egg that they were hiding. And now this shadow egg. Something's not right in Palporum Poco. I hope some brave adventurers can figure out what's going on. Oh, but boy, will that be a story. We'll be here. Ah, yes. We'll be here. Let's go, Poco. Do you smell that? I smell adventure! And more stories. And he kind of rides off into the darkness. And that is the end, everyone.
Hey, clap, clap, clap. Really good.
Thank you for playing. I hope you enjoyed Ryuutama. I was starting to remember all of the things as we were ending, as it is. But thank you, everyone, for playing. I think this is the time that we can go around. We'll start with Dane, and we'll go back around to me. If you want to say who you are, anything that you plugged, favorite moment, if you had a favorite moment from the story, go ahead and tell that.
I'm Dane. I think my favorite moment was Bakari's introduction, just generally speaking. that was great. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do that at Dane_Fogdoll. And you can follow my podcast, the Level 1 podcast, anywhere you find them.
Awesome, Julie.
I'm Jolie. You can find me pretty much anywhere under Lita Phoenix. I do have commissions open if anybody wants shiny jewelry. I was hoping to make a fun little piece for myself before we get started today, but I ran out of time. And I also have a Etsy page up right now. But yeah, everything's on my Twitter if you guys ever want to commission me for anything. Oh God, favorite. Don't make me choose. Oh my gosh, this was delightful. And every little moment is going to be stuck in my head for ages.
Thank you. Natalie?
You guys can follow me on Twitter at Chesamede. And every Wednesday, I have a small little group that we play at 7 p.m. Central at Hail and Welcome. It's just our home little group of D&D 5e. And my favorite moment would have to be all of the spell explanations of the spells with the smoke and the ice. That was my jam.
I think one of my favorite things about Ryuutama is they encourage you to do little chants too for the spells. Some of them have you do cute little chant. I just love all the cuteness of this game is so video gamey, and I love it so much. And Pro.
Yeah, that was super great. Thank you for having me. Everyone was awesome. The story was great. Super fun. Another great adventure in Ryuutama. I am Pro Restarter. You can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, all under the same name. I do a slew of stuff. You can catch me on Wednesdays with Go Jess as I torture the players in a not cute place. That's super fun. And my favorite thing today was the voices and just the when you told us to come into the room and explore the magic. It was great. Loved it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. No, thank you for being a part of it. Thank you guys, all of you. I am at GeoNerd on Twitter, Dusty. You can find me mostly on this channel where I either am playing with Jess in games or I am running. I run things occasionally on here. Ryuutama is one of my favorite games, so hopefully I get to do more of that. As if you can't tell, I'm doing a sort of mini story in all of my little one-shots. Yeah, thank you for hanging out in the Extra Life stream. And thank you all for anyone who has donated or anything like that. It's been super fun to play this, and I'm glad you guys all enjoyed my story. I really enjoyed all of your characters. Bakari, I think I just loved the introduction of that. I was into them from the minute. All of you are so sweet and cute. You guys really fell into the Ryuutama characters really well, and I enjoyed it very much. So yeah, so you guys stay tuned to this channel for tomorrow. We're doing some more Extra Life games. I think it's Spooky Scary Skeletons, a Grant Howitt one-pager. We'll be doing that, and then next weekend we'll also be doing some things. I will be running a Tales from the Loop game, so that should be fun. We have a bunch more other games, so stick tuned to Jess's Twitter, go_JG, and this Twitch channel for more information on that. And I think with that, I think that's the end. I don't know if Jess wants to pop in and say anything. Oh, that's right. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Dang.